sexy and chilling.
Duncan, it's nearly showtime. Can you put that down? What is that?
A really big squid.
Are you ready for drinking? Drawing? What about laughing? Well, hold on to your butts. It's the ComX's Friday Night Drink and Draw. With your hosts Sizzle and Spedsy, and the man they call Quick, plus Australia's most attractive artists and creators, many of whom have books for sale at comx.shop. Hey, Sizzle? What say we start the shizzle?
Kookaburras mock you. They're not cool.
Nah, I'm down with kookaburras.
Welcome to Friday Night's Drink and Draw, brought to you by ComX. We're here every week bringing together Australia's greatest artists to draw a character or characters created by each week's special guests, or in this case, guests. And this week's guests are none other than Lee Chalker, Ryan Bella, and Spedsy himself, Rob Lyle. All of different names. I'll go through them, but I won't. And our artists will be drawing their joint venture, which is Ring Around the Rosie. Their character, I believe, is called Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right, Rob?
Yep. That is correct. Thanks for
Very
having
cool.
Right. Tell us a little bit about Ring Around the Rosie.
Okay.
Don't
Deadly
know
Dave's
anything
taking
about
over with the questions. Let's go.
Is that your first question?
Well, how about introductions
was
first?
gonna
Come
be.
on, Dave.
I've got to go around and introduce everyone. Dave, calm down.
All right.
Before
I'll shut
we're
up.
getting excited, everybody. So I am. I'll go around very quickly so we can get straight into it. I'm Lee Radis. You've seen me before. We've got Quick Nick next to me. Following that, we got Edmund. How you going?
Hey.
We've got Nick May. How are we?
Hey.
We've definitely met Lee, and we've definitely heard of Ryan and Rob. And we've got brand new popping your cherry. It's Brad Pickerskill. How are we?
Hey, Brad, welcome to the show, man.
Hey,
Welcome
Brad.
to the show, Brad.
Welcome, Brad.
And I don't think we've ever met him. It's Deadly Dave.
Nice to meet you, Deadly Dave.
I'm good.
Dave, that's normally, I don't know if you're familiar, but the show normally goes like Shane and then Lauren introduces everyone, and you can start drawing whenever you like.
What I want to know is
love a
when
good
do we start
curveball.
drawing?
But yeah, no, please, everybody start drawing. And before we really get into it, I just want to give a big shout out to everybody out there who wants to participate. We would love to see your drawings, and definitely send them in because we want to give you a shout out and put it up on screen for everybody to see. And going back to old mate Deadly Dave, I will ask the question, boys. You want to give us a little rundown about Ring Around the Rosie for us?
We'd love to.
Fire away, Spedsy.
Yeah, if you're cool. So it's weird, like, as if I don't talk enough on this show as it is now. I've somehow fallen into making it about myself. So I'll show you a picture. This is from Drink and Draw episode maybe 3 or 4.
Okay.
Can everybody see this?
Yep.
So that's Lee Chalker's version of Frederick Trelawney, the turtle detective.
Yeah, I
A
remember
character of mine. I freaking love it. And so we got to talking, and I said to Lee, he kind of looks a bit like a plague doctor. Man, I would do a plague doctor story with you in a heartbeat. And time went by, and we sort of talked and joked about it more. And he said, well, just send me what do you reckon? Like, give me an idea. What are we talking? Sort of thing. And so I sent him a sort of a rundown of what I think the story would be. And I guess he was kind of into it. We were both.
Tell them what happened. Go on. Just throw it out there.
All right. So.
Nice.
I kind of really love how I look there. That is awesome. That should be I look way cooler there than in person.
Yeah, I agree.
There is a funny story though behind it, because Spedsy and I, for some reason, Tam and I were having beers one night, and Spedsy and I were talking about things. G'day, Zach, and talking jive. And then he sent me the exact night. He just like, boom, it was real quick. Within like an hour or two, man, he just flings me back this synopsis. And I was in this really, I'm a bit theatrical when it comes to drawing and working things out. You would have all heard those stories. So this night anyway, I was overly theatrical and had a few beers. So Tam and I did this recording of me, and Tam in the background, like, speaking in Old English, and that to Spedsy's script, and like send it to Spedsy, and Spedsy gets back to me and goes, "Fucking hell, okay." And that was sort of where it really kicked into gear, I reckon, from that point on, man. Like in a weird way, we were both like flicking.
Yeah,
and,
so this is like about a year ago. Like me and Lee had maybe met 3 times on these shows. So it was like a baptism of fire, getting to know a guy. But
see, this is perfectly normal stuff in my household. But
and like, and what, like, it's maybe like we're taking the piss out of it a little bit, but it was a real sincere. What would you call it? Like playing out the story in real time, and it gave you a real sort of feel. And the voices they were doing, they were going all in. It was very inspiring. But we were also both super busy at the time, so we just sort of thought, one day we'll get to it, hopefully. And we put it on the back burner. And then you take over, Lee. What happened next?
Well, Ryan and I have been mates, and we'd been having yarns and stuff. And and Ryan, you can jump in and agree with me or disagree and whatever, man. And we were just talking one day and like each other's artwork, as everyone knows. We appreciate each other's stuff greatly, and have a mutual friendship over that. And we started talking about we should like draw something together just for see what happens. And it just so happened that Spedsy had this thing, and we'd been thinking about it. And for some strange reason, I thought, fuck yeah, that'd be I reckon Ryan might like that. So the script went to Ryan, and we were talking about it, and you liked it. And I guess it just sort of transpired from there through mutual conversation and just wanting to work together and stuff, I guess.
That's right. Yeah, it's the first thing we've done together. Sort of, in a story, it's totally different. Something I've never done, especially a bit more of a period piece. Plus the whole plague doctor thing. I was keen as it was so different, unique, and it was fun.
Oh man, fun! Oh yeah, no, it was good. Best fun I've had, because it was my first collaboration with anyone as well. Because I've been doing Battle for Bustle all by myself, as I guess Ryan's the same. We're both stuck up in North Queensland, so I guess we're both, like lone wolves in our own way in our own towns doing this, and it all came together really quickly. Yeah, came together really quickly, and it's been heaps of awesome fun. So,
given it's a collab project, you want to give like a little rundown of who does what for this particular issue, and also, was there more butting heads or more holding hands?
Well, yeah. So the original sort of plot, I guess, was written by me, and then Lee and I kind of bounced ideas back and forth over messages and post-drink and draw discussions and whatever. And then I went and wrote a full script. So I guess that makes me the writer. I sent then the full script to Lee, who then penciled the 8-page story for ComX's NOIR. What is it? Number 3?
3. Yep.
Yeah, and that was very collaborative too, because Lee made decisions in the pencils that weren't in the script, and like ran everything past me. What do you reckon about this? What do you reckon about that? And turned like a 5-panel page into a huge splash that is one of the most beautiful pages I've been a pleasure of being a part of. I got to letter it as well, which was a challenge.
I'd like to add there that you guys have no idea how much, from my perspective, my pencils, Ryan, just, oh man, that's fucking, awesome artist. It was just great to the whole thing, really, man. Like, just from all.
The only tricky thing I found with the whole art was I really love how you do smoke, and like, how do I ink your smoke without? But like, you do smoke so unique. I'm like, how do I ink this and not fuck it up? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh well, I guess you can tell I like smoke. That's right.
Yeah, so I guess if you like, so technically I would be the writer and letterer, and on this chapter, Lee is the penciler and Ryan is the inker. And as you know, with Lee's artwork, there's not a line spared. He uses pencils like they're going out of fashion, and Ryan is no stranger to ink. So it was like a marriage made in heaven sort of thing.
It was hard to rub out his pencils; they wouldn't come out off. Super pencil. What gauge pencil do you use? What sort of pencils? Like
believe it or not, I use an H.
That's why.
Hard.
They're really indented, but I actually use some of the indentations. I actually use it for texture.
Yeah.
Indented so hard you can actually, like almost like engraving. You can actually. I did it somewhere, and I'm not sure where, but I did. They can you could get something out of it different, I suppose, too.
Oh man, why can't you have like tactility in your paper?
I love it.
Like, hey, it gives you a whole space, man. And then suddenly you're creating lines, and you go, "Woo, I can do that." Yeah, you get right.
Out of mistakes, a lot of time I find now, out of mistakes, I'll find something cool. I'll just sort of go ahead hard with ink and just, wait a minute, there's something cool there, and I'll kind of develop that. I like to take chances a lot more now and just not be so precise all the time and try to have fun a bit more, That's my latest thing I'm doing.
That's
awesome. I was just going to say, I was very in the right places in the right time, I guess, with the right idea for these this budding hetero life mate relationship going on over here. Because we all know Lee is super passionate about his art, and he doesn't do anything half-heartedly. And so, he has been so full-on passionate about this story, and that passion bled over into me and to Ryan. And I feel like I've just been along for the ride for these two, holding hands and running off into an art shop together and just geeking out.
Third wheel, mate.
What was that?
Third wheel.
No, I don't know. Like Spedsy's, I get, he's had collaborations with people and stuff, and it was a real, it opened my mind up to a whole different scale of, there's other people out there you can work together. Communication was the great thing, I think, between the three of us. Like we were always talking, always moving and working and stuff, and we knew what each other was doing when we had to get it done by, and there was a bit of a, like a shock to us. I guess we were just cruising with it, and then I think, I don't know, maybe October we were like, woo, we got to get this thing happening.
Darren, it does.
And, just due to circumstances, so it was real quick, and it was, I think that added some real energy to it as well, like getting it there, getting it to the line and stuff, and working and talking and that. So I think that comes across in the artwork as well, and the story. So it was real nice moment in time for me. So
Ryan found a gap in his schedule, and it was kind of like, now's the time, let's go. And it was just balls to the wall, like, here's a page. Like, I was getting pages faster than I could letter them. It went from like just an idea to a whole thing in 2 seconds. It was awesome.
Very cool. And saying that you were getting little reminders from Shane, I'm guessing, but I'm going to just quickly throw it to Shane. Hey, this is obviously part of the ComX Presents. You want to give, obviously with the viewers and stuff, if they haven't seen or been involved or backed the projects that have been available, you want to give a quick rundown of what ComX Presents entails and the little parts about it?
Yeah, sure. We've got Presents and Presents Noir. They're two anthology series. One's Presents is a color one, and Presents Noir is a black and white one. These guys are in the Presents Noir black and white story. What it is we get creators or 4 creators or 4 creative teams to do 4 8-page stories. Some are inclusive to the issue they're in. Some continue on to the next issue. And and pretty much let them go to town with whatever story they want to get out there. And Presents is there to help new people or even established creators get a story out there that they might not necessarily be able to get out there on their own.
Yeah, awesome. But this is obviously coming out very soon, I would imagine.
Yeah, 3. The Kickstarter for it will start sometime next week.
Oh, cool.
For this one.
Awesome. And that in saying that, because it's obviously like a lot of short stories, boys, in terms of trying to cram everything into 8 pages and have it make sense and be quite a fluid storyline, did you, maybe this is more a Rob question, but how is it fitting all that story into a limited amount of time/space for just the 8 pages?
So I just cut out heaps, but I think you were saying squishing a story into.
Oh. Well, I don't like that answer. I'll cut you off.
Oh yeah, get down.
Rob's breaking out of the Matrix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's gone.
Well, I tried to capture some of the energy that I'm picking up on. So we've got Rob here on his third wheel. Lee's destroying a page with a pencil. And Ryan's getting ready with that inkwell. It's all happening. This is what I imagine the creative process looks like. So
it's a bit like that, just in separate locations, mate.
Sure.
I would say it'd be fair. But you know, if Skedsy can't get here, man, I can quickly answer that. The 8 pages came real easy. Like Spedsy wrote a real decent script straight off the bat, and basically, I think it was there straight up from the first script that he did. And what was that?
Going on?
Someone else is doing it now.
I don't know.
Audio, I reckon.
Anyway, I've always found there's plenty of stories like where there's obviously some issues coming up with 4-page stories, which I think is going to be quite interesting to try and squeeze in and make it make sense, which I think is probably the most important part. So with the Black Death Mask is obviously quite iconic and a big focus of this story. Was it primarily used to hide the identity of the main character Rosie, or is it more just to fit the era? What kind of decision was played on that? Because I think you mentioned before you kind of like the idea about using the was it the Death Doctor, is it, or something?
Yeah, the Plague Doctor.
Plague Doctor.
I'll be back.
Oh, and he's gone.
He's gone again.
He's gonna throw questions into the abyss.
Who knows?
Definitely the Plague Doctor, and that plays through it, and that's a major part of it, really. Yeah.
Does it tie on into the part 2, from what I hear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
And that's the best part of it. When I first read the script, the whole Plague Doctor thing, the carry on, that was it. That was a cool bit. Definitely.
Yes,
I guess it's a
looks cool.
representation. It does look cool, man. Yeah, I guess though it was story wise, it was originally going to be. I guess it's sort of based on the Ring Around the Rosie itself. It's very closely related to that nursery rhyme, and it was sort of had the idea of there's always 2 sides to a coin, you know, like so you and the old theory of, I guess there's someone's hero is another man's enemy. So, you know, like it will further become more obvious as you read the second one, etc. But yeah, it's
Thanks, Aaron.
it's good. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
So yeah, cool. While Rob's figuring out his technical difficulties, I might go to some more individual questions. Ryan, you're currently, we just saw Darren pop up then, but you're currently working Old Man Rufus for Darren as well. How's that all gone for
Darren Close you're talking about, is it?
Yeah, for Killaroo.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm still doing that. Yep, it's ongoing. A bit to go yet. What's to say about it, really? Just I've had a few gaps in that. That's why I've been doing other things in between. So yeah, I'm just waiting on the next part of the script, and I'll continue on with that.
Yeah. Very similar, like dystopian. Well, in terms of the eras, then obviously this is in the future.
That's
but
true.
Yeah, a bit more
It's
like
kind of
grungy.
similar, just few centuries apart, or a couple of centuries apart.
Mhm.
Kind of. That's true. I never thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Have you got anything else? Yeah, anything else in the pipeline?
I'm still inking Slug, the book I'm doing with Mike Deanna. I'm still 30 pages, I think, of that. That's going to be 90 pages all up. So he's just sending me a page every couple of weeks or two, or a few pages. And this week I've had nothing to do this week, so that's why I've just been going nuts with things. I did a Silver Surfer story, and I did a Doctor Strange story. And I wrote your story, the horror story today, Shane.
Oh, cool!
Something from your idea. I've got an idea for a 2-page story, the horror thing. So I'll do that if I got still got time free. I'm not that busy all the time, so I prioritize projects. So I'm not that busy, but Killaroo is my main thing. So for me, that's busy just because I'm still doing it. So. But I'm less busy than people think. I'm not
tell
that
ourselves
quick.
anyway.
I'm not that quick of an artist. I just spend a lot of time when I do it. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm probably just the same length as everyone else. So I've just got a lot of free time in between my day job. So I go nuts. I got nothing else to do. So.
But you can bang out a page, I tell you. It's like in the blink of an eye. It's like you send you something at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's like 1:30 in the afternoon. You're like, yeah, done.
Oh, because I like to work at night. I always start work about 10 at night. I go all night till dawn.
Wow.
And time I draw, I don't draw in the day much, so I don't know. Yeah.
Vampire artist.
Bit of a vampire, yeah.
Yes. I don't like distractions when I'm drawing. I like to be totally going around and just
Makes sense.
Yeah.
How
I'm
do
easily
you
distracted.
Do you have a problem with insects and that flying around that time in the summertime, mate? They annoy me when I'm working at night.
Oh, really? I'm inside, but it's not too bad.
Oh, that's what I'll have to do.
So I do like
Stop working outside, Dave, with the horse.
I go on the back patio and draw a butt sometimes, so wherever.
They always seem to come in here. Maybe it's I don't know, just where I live, I guess.
True that.
Oh.
So what did I miss? I'll look forward to watching the show back.
Unintentional rapping skills.
Everyone's been rapping tonight. Great.
Sorry, my computer's just like, nah, can't do it. Too hard.
Well, we just veered off talking about Ryan's work, but I might circle back to Rosie just for a second.
I've got one question, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, go.
And what is this bloody mask that she's wearing? This snozzle on it.
Killer.
I don't get it. What is that?
Plague Doctor mask done a
That's what we've been talking about.
Yeah, a little bit different than normal, I guess, mate. So.
Snoggle. Yeah.
Old school gas mask, I think.
It's Gonzo's one.
Yeah, that's
Gonzo.
It does look like Gonzo on
Cool.
Dave's.
Just the way I draw it, is it? Right, okay.
Okay.
Well, you know why they used to wear those things? Is my understanding is, well, they used to jam them full of flowers.
Mm.
So they would
really?
smell like
To stave off
floristry and a fresh smell while they went about the
All right.
destitution and decay on the streets.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, the longer the mask, the more flowers you can get in there. So I'm rolling.
Yeah. There's a name for that. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. There's a name for that stuff. The girls should know what that is.
Don't ask me.
Is that a sexist thing
I
to
think
say?
you had it right with Snoggle, though.
If it's pink and floral, the women want it. Yeah. I'm gonna ask a little fun question, and whoever wants to, out of you three, want to answer it. But to give like a fun little gist of the comic in part 2 as well.
Yeah.
If you could relate it to like a TV or a movie series, or even just a story in general, what would you possibly say?
Oh golly, I don't know.
It's a bit of a redemption story, so I immediately thought Kill Bill, but it's not quite there.
Yeah. So I haven't seen Kill Bill. I know that's blasphemy, but I don't know. It's not on my radar. Yeah. So I mean, for that, like, obviously, lots of viewers of this show know me as the Devil's Toilet guy, and I write silly books. But this I wanted to write. I've written 2 novels. I've written screenplays. I like to think I'm a writer, and that I can write seriously and not doesn't have to be poop jokes all the time. So I guess in this is where I get to flex that muscle a little bit, and I guess the story of Rosie is basically, so it's told over. So I heard some of the. So I'll go back. So I did Frederick Trelawney over 3 parts, and some reviews were, I don't love that it's 3 continuing chapters, and you have to read one to understand the next, and sort of thing. So Rosie was designed to be read as 3 completely separate stories, but they are in. The timeline is, you know, you can read them in what's the word I'm looking for?
Chronology.
Yeah, and they all relate to each other, and so chapter 1 tells the story of basically, from the reader's point of view, Rosie is a mother. She's at home with her son when a plague doctor is bashing her door down. He's wounded, he's bloody, he's on death's door, and he's come to basically say goodbye before he dies. We then find out that Rosie must have some past of some sort, because she immediately switches from mother to warrior looking for revenge, and grabs out her weapons, grabs the plague doctor's suit, and disappears into the streets to exact revenge on those that took out her ... We're not sure yet. You'll find out. Yeah, and then chapter 2 picks up telling essentially the same story, but from a different point of view. And so, you know, essentially from a soldier's point of view, who was, you know, in those times when beaten up by a woman, maybe that's something you don't want to admit back in those backwards times. So
now a bloke wouldn't want to admit it, would he?
Yeah. So his version of Tales is, you know, that there was this shadowy figure and it came out of nowhere, and who knows what it is. Was it a beast? Was it a giant man? What it was, but it came and it wiped us all out. And then chapter 3 takes place 20 years in the future, where someone else picks up the mantle of what has become the myth of Ring Around the Rosie, with that poem being, it kind of tells the origin of that poem, where the pocket full of posies was to drown out the smell of the dead. A tissue was said to be because everyone was sneezing and dying, so they needed tissues, and they all fall down. They all fall down because they're all dead. So we tell that sort of story visually, and someone picks up the mantle of Rosie in chapter 3 and carries it on. Yeah. That's too long and weird for an elevator pitch, but that's kind of like
That's it.
what
Yeah.
we're trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the next blockbuster for 2023.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. Shane, do we have any entries or updates from anyone?
We
from the
don't
public or
actually.
anything?
If they haven't sent them to me or the right address, which happens sometimes. But yeah, I've got nothing. But I do have. Now that you mentioned it, we had a drink and draw. I think it was 2 weeks ago for Bazza the Bogan Barbarian.
Bogan Barbarian.
Yep.
And today I found in my junk mail someone had actually sent in a picture, none other than Onion Sprout, who
Onion Sprout
become a bit of a regular on the show.
Onion Sprout.
Yes. So
Excellent.
here is Onion Sprout's Bazza the Bogan Barbarian.
All right.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
Great
bit
work,
late,
Onion.
but there it is.
So yeah,
Okay.
just so you know,
Onion.
Onion Sprout, we did find it eventually. It was in spam for some reason.
Awesome.
Ah,
Good to have you back,
lucky
Onion
to
Sprout.
find it.
In Spain.
Good on you, onions. Well done, mate.
In terms of regulars, we always have our regulars on, but we do have some new people on with us tonight. I thought we might get to know Brad a little bit while he takes himself off mute. Brad.
Sorry.
So this is your first time on Drink and Draw. I've heard that you've watched the show a couple of times. Do you want to give a little wee rundown about yourself and your work, or anything interesting, little tidbits?
Oh yeah, I guess like most people here, I grew up on comics. You know.
Hey Don.
Oh, so my mother-in-law just popped in. Sorry. And you know, obviously, yeah, Spider-Man, and just got into everything, and it was, you know, that was my main thing at school, and then I got out of it for a while. You know, just stopped. You know, back then I wanted to draw, I wanted to work. You know, usual story. You want to work for Marvel, you want to do this, you want to do that. You know, started drawing my own stuff, and then you know, you get into life, and you know, you start working and everything else. So I sort of put it aside for about 20 years, and then
Oh wow.
got into music, got into band. That kept me busy for a while, in addition to all the work, you know, front. And it was about probably 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, just started. Sort of came across the Oz Comics, you know, weekly challenges, and I thought, you know what, I wouldn't mind picking up the pens again, and started doing that, and then just started focusing back on rekindling my art, and so yeah, I've really just been doing a lot of, you know, just whatever tickles my fancy. You know, I'm a massive Transformers fan, so I do a lot of Transformers.
Nice.
If anyone's seen my page, you know, you'll see there's a lot of Star Wars, a lot of you know, pop culture, a lot of Mandalorian, a lot of you know, just movie stuff, just whatever. And then yeah, so I thought this year or late last year I really wanted to try and stretch myself a bit, so I started just, you know, jumping onto this thing and getting to know the community, and it's sort of, I guess it's encouraged me to sort of get outside my comfort zone and try and produce something independent and original. So thankfully, you know, just been chatting with Sis, and he's kindly sort of found a slot for me later in the year in the Comics Presents. So I'm working on a concept at the moment for that.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
yeah, so just it's early days, and I'm pretty traditional. I don't do digital stuff at the moment, other than learning how to color stuff.
Good on you, mate.
So yeah, just I'll be leaning heavily on everyone to help get me over the line. But the community seems to be very strong and supportive. So
that's what we're here for, right?
So it's been very very thankful to sort of finally get on and meet a lot of you in person. So that's me pretty much.
Yeah, very
And
Thanks, man.
speaking of the community being supportive and everything, Brad already helped us out today, stepping up with a little something that we needed help with getting done, and we were splitting up some work between us to get something over the line, and Brad was just like, "What do you need? I'll do it." And awesome. So
Well done, mate.
Brad's already well in the gang. So
Don't thank me yet. I haven't done it yet. We'll see how it turns out. but certainly, it's mate, it's I think.
Thanks for that, Brad. That was awesome.
Yeah, but these communities are, they're always the best when they're everyone helping each other out. So,
knock knock. Who's there? Brad.
Yeah. This is the mother-in-law.
I'm going to go to Rob.
Sure.
You've got your pre-launch page going, very strong, and I've seen a snippet of your cover page. Are you feeling pretty pumped about it, excited and motivated?
Yes, it became very real and daunting once the thing launched. So yeah, just the notify me page is up. I sort of feel like I told everybody about it, and now I'm just going to be quiet for a little bit before the onslaught of please, everybody, please, and I won't stop mentioning it. But yes, I have my 3 parts of Frederick Cheloney are so entrenched in the Devil's Toilet universe that they are basically Devil's Toilet 3. So that will be collected with a whole bunch of artwork from lots of drink and drawers and all that sort of stuff in the back, and
awesome.
will be a snazzy little book. And then there's Vamoose 3, which is an anthology that we've been doing for a little while now, and it's one of the most rewarding experiences of my creative life, because not only is it's another avenue for me to put stuff out, but it's an avenue for my friend and mentor Nick May up there, and a bunch of
Don't
other...
overstate anything.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have said friend. Dude, I know.
He is taking liberties, isn't he, mate?
Oh, bloody hell.
And that book features some of my favorite people and some great artwork in it, and each issue gets bigger and bigger, and issue 3 is coming in at just under 50 pages. So it's a big one. My friend Dave Dye is in there, I believe. 4 pages of Dave Dye goodness. And then a book called Sluggish, which just kind of happened over the Christmas holidays. I was kind of caught up on a few things, and I had a little gap, and I just wanted to draw this idea that I had for a while. The main person to blame is a guy called Steve Saul, who I love. He's awesome, and he reviews my books very well, awesomely. But he always ends the review with the same line, which is sort of like, if you come looking for the answers to life's questions, don't read these books, sort of thing. These books are fun and whatever, and that's what they're meant to be. But I was like, right, Steve, it's time for me to I've written serious stuff, but now it's time to try and write my serious stuff with some jokes, with my silly drawings. And so Sluggish is depression, anxiety, and slugs. Those 3 chestnuts that go together like things that go together.
Peas and chestnuts.
But psychojanitor.com is my website where all my stuff is, and at the top of the front page is a link to the Notify Me Now. So if you at all like my nonsense, please go click it. It'd be awesome. Especially even just for Vamoose, because it features Peter Wilson, Hayden Sparrow, Dave Dye, Nick May, Chris McCann, Nicole Kane, Dana Lawson, Robbie Donaldson. I shouldn't have started listing them because I'll forget people. Emily Grace, Beck Halley, Millie Holton, and much, much more. Zach George. But yeah, check it out.
Someone's coming for you after this if you've missed them. Lee, it's been a while since we've seen your handsome bearded face. What's happening in your land? You want to give us a little update in terms of what's happening?
Been pretty hectic actually the last month. Got about 15, I think it's 15 pages penciled and inked. So been working on various things. One I can't talk about, but it's actually 2/3 finished. Actually, a couple of things I can't really talk about, but I'm working primarily on Marathon 2, which will be a little bit further down the line. I've been busy. That's all I can say. It's probably 3-4 days a week worth of full-time drawing, mate, from early in the morning till late afternoon. So, hopefully, there's Battle for Bustle 4 is touching down next week. So that's soon to be released. We've got Ring Around the Rosie coming out with NOIR 3. It just goes on. Like February, there'll be another couple of things finished, and and much like Ryan, I guess I've just had to prioritize certain things and get on top of, and you just have to do that, I guess. But it's a bit of a juggle, but busy. So having fun, mate. I love drawing. It's good stuff, it's good shit. So so that's all good.
Here's some good shit.
So much love and admiration there.
Yeah,
I know.
Captured it well.
That was a bit of a backhander, Nick. That's pretty hurtful.
Well, we're all nice. You guys don't laugh.
Knowing Nick, that was probably obvious, wasn't it, Nick?
Hey, can we try something? I want to just test some technology. I'm going to bring Dave up.
Yeah.
A little bit of ambience. Go for it, Dave. Take it away.
The sensual sounds of
Dave, die. The brush rub on the page. Notice how the ink dries.
All right, Dave. Speed it up a little bit.
You got to talk about each best friend.
Hey.
I noticed this new feature as well.
I don't know if it's improving the show, mate.
You need to have like a sketch off and put that music on just to like really emphasize the fact you need to hurry up.
Yeah.
Or if someone's talking too much, then play something over the top and get like exit music. Stop clapping. You need to stop now. Dear. Do we have any pics come through, Shane?
Yes, we have one. Let me just go there. And it's from one of the guys here, Nick May himself. Oh, we got a rapper again. Yeah, go.
Hey.
Already, Nick.
Picture.
Oh, very cool.
Nick on fire.
Awesome, Nick. Awesome.
That is awesome.
That looks rad.
Just pulls them out of his hat, mate. Don't you?
So cool.
Your computer's really not liking you today.
You'll have to watch this back, Rob. You're creating a whole new ambience.
It's really setting
Making.
Oh, that's gold.
Oh, dear. I'm going to leave it with you for a minute, Shane. I just need to pop out, but maybe if we go around and have a look and see if there's any updates we want to share.
Yep, that sounds like a plan. Anyone want to? Well, we've just seen Dave's and we've just seen Nick's. Does anyone want to hold up a work in progress?
I did a sketchy one.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Very sketchy.
Oh, cool.
Oh, man.
Oh, a sketchy one. Come on.
Oh, God, Ryan, that is
Come
amazing.
on.
Sketchy. Look at
Bloody
it.
good, mate. Look at that.
There you go.
Awesome.
So let's do something.
Oh, sorry, I'm pressing the wrong thing. Sorry, Ed.
I thought, oh, sweet,
Oh,
it's
yes.
going sketchy.
Unreal, Ed.
Oh, who's done that?
Oh,
yeah.
the axes.
Good on you, mate.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Wow. Wow, look at those.
That's cool as. Awesome, Ed. You've been on fire lately, mate.
Thank you.
And we've got Brad's. Oh,
Brad, that's wicked.
oh, awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
You've worked out the mask, Brad.
Great stuff, mate.
That's cool.
Yeah, looking good.
Well done, Brad.
Just
Well,
call
you look
the
like
end of
you're
that,
drawing,
Brad.
Lee. What have you got going on there? You gonna give us a preview?
Who?
Lee.
Me?
Yeah, you. You look like you're drawing. Are you drawing?
Maybe.
Okay, we're not going to get a preview. Are we waiting till the end, are we? Oh,
Yeah.
no previews.
Oh.
Oh, just get
Oh,
the right
yeah.
angle.
Yeah, you
Hold it
just
a little bit closer.
faintly see it. Yeah,
Oh,
looking
yeah,
good.
there it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got the axe over
Teaser.
his shoulder.
I'll tell you what. I'll send you a photo. Would you like stages or would you just like the finished thing?
Oh,
I
we
see
can do a bit of
stages.
both.
All right. See, that's it. I can do that.
You can do that easy, mate.
Technology.
Hey, I don't know a
Anything's
thing about it.
I just love. So what's your latest song, Rob? Oh, well, is this it?
You go, Dave.
I like the glasses, mate. I look like bloody
Bad photo.
Stevie Wonder.
You're
Good on
hard.
you,
DJ's left
Are
again.
you seemingly hard? Got a draw
I will
from
bring
that.
it back to Transformers though. I was gonna
Yeah.
say before.
Yeah, I might
I've
zoom in on that. Let's have a look
freaking
at those
sick
Yeah,
collection,
Transformers.
FYI.
Look at that.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
collection.
Always been like a dream to be able to draw Transformers, but my God, geometric, and probably you have to make it quite correct. What would you say? Like architecturally correct? Wouldn't be architect. Be I don't know, whatever. But
Mechanically?
just doing geometric humanoid characters, yeah, I don't think I could do it or have the patience for it.
Yeah,
It'd be pretty tricky, man.
yeah. That turns me off doing machinery and stuff. All those angles, and you got to be pretty precise with everything.
It's work.
Hard work, yeah.
Give me organic shapes all day.
How's this for a quick? Here we go.
Oh,
Brad in disguise.
doing a good job.
Nice, Nick.
Robbie, are you ready to lay down your next track?
Looks like it is. It looks a bit jumpy.
Look.
He's not giving us any material.
I'm not getting anything back out of it.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
I'm scared to talk.
So cool.
That one was a little bit beatboxy though. I will give you credit for that one. Umps. Let's see if we can answer one more question before you absolutely cut out and go start your next career. Would you ever expand Ring Around the Rosie into like a larger series, or you just want to keep it as like a small 3-part?
No,
Good.
Oh no.
I'm like, I can talk fast. Yes, happily. I would love to write 1 million chapters. It's just if Lee and Ryan and Ben are down to draw it, and whoever else would love to join in. But
okay.
There's plenty of room for this story to keep going. So
yeah. There is plenty of room.
It's so good.
Poor Rob.
He's getting used to
I
it.
think the thing is though, like Spedsy and I, and he can like do this if you don't agree with me if you can. But we always had this idea that the character could like live on through whoever wanted to do it, really, as long as there's scripts and stuff. If someone wanted to draw it or someone wanted to ink it, we've spoken about, like people having a crack at it if they want to, you know what I mean? Like it's sort of, we've had such an awesome time, like honestly, doing it as a collaboration and communicating that it, and the next steps are fun as all hell. And why shouldn't that fun be passed on to other people that want to partake in this cool character and cool world? So that's what
kind of like The Mask, where whoever grabs the mask kind of gives their own interpretation of Loki. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
that's a good way to say it.
So there's 3 parts. Rob told us about 3 parts. Is that all in one book, or are we getting this over a few chapters now? Like the next.
You're getting 8 pages, so part 1. So it'll be 24 pages in total. The first like little snippet, like 3 parts.
Yeah, it's 3 8-page parts.
3 8-page parts continued over the ComX books NOIR series.
Yes.
I'm in.
So yes.
So obviously, if people want to get their hands on it, I'm going to go start this promotion part slightly early for this particular series. But Shane, do you want to let people know how they can get their hands on Ring Around the Rosie?
Yes, it's in Presents number 3, which the Kickstarter for it is coming out next week. We are still in the stage of getting approval from Kickstarter, so there's no pre-launch page, unfortunately. But I'll be plastering that link everywhere. So when it goes live, it will be presents.comx.studio. At the moment, that'll take you to number 2. As soon as number 3 is live, that link will change and it will point you to the new one.
Yeah, cool.
Right.
Do we have any other updates we need to share for some fan art?
No, we don't actually, and that might be my fault because I don't think I put a lot of references out there. So we could always go to the references I could give, but it's a bit late now.
References would be good. Give a little taster of what is
the
going to be in
the comic. So I believe this is very early in the story or late in the story. I forget which.
Can't tell you that, Shane.
It's a little low res, that one.
Yeah. I think I might be looking at the wrong ones.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't me.
Who said that? Who said that?
Everyone's
Well,
ready.
I'll let you have a look for that, Shane, for a second. But I'm going to jump over to Ed because we haven't seen Ed for a little while. Do you want to give us a little? I love your hat, FYI. Very fashionable, very trendy.
Oh, I haven't got mine.
What's been happening in your world?
I've mostly been finishing off the Final Dragon Part 3 for the Presents number 3. And then I had a little break. And then I'm starting on a story for the ComX NOIR, which would be like an Aussie crime story. Oh. And starting on the colouring for Radical 4. Because it's already been drawn by an artist called George Vega. So I just got to start colouring it and do the lettering.
That's awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome, man.
He's moving along, mate.
Yeah. And that's about it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Everyone's keeping busy, which is good.
So Dave's getting close to finish. Nick's finished. Ed's getting there. So I think we were a bit short on artists because we've got so many guests to say this evening. So it's poor Brad. It's falling on Brad.
So what?
I thought these things were for like an hour and a half. You know, So I've just been,
get that far.
Oh dear. Well, I can show you what I've got, how far I've gotten, but I can always clean it up afterwards.
Oh,
let's have a
bit
look.
of inking.
Nice.
It's really good, Brad.
That's cool, man.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
So what's the story with that Hatchet? Is there a little detail? I know that the story was originally called Hatchet. Is that right, Rob?
Yeah, but then we Googled it, and there was heaps of comics called Hatchet. And which worked out well because the more we explored the Rosie of it all, it became essentially the original wasn't the telling of the Ring Around the Rosie poem. It was just a revenge story. And then when I started explaining the mask and posies in the mask, and I was like, oh, this is about a woman called Rosie, and the ring around the Rosie is the soldiers that are forming up around her to try and kill her. And yeah, so it worked out that Hatchet was taken and Ring Around the Rosie made sense. So
place.
Very organic process.
Did I cut out then at all? Or did I?
No, you didn't cut out that time. That was awesome.
Very
No music.
disappointing.
That was a little disappointing.
Well, can we start the show from the top now that the practice run is?
I think we'll lose some comedic value if we did that.
It's my first show. I'm starting to feel like maybe I jinxed it. I've always watched it.
No, not at all.
Those rap songs.
It's always someone. It was just Rob tonight. That's all.
Yeah.
You brought a little bit of magic, Brad. That's we've enjoyed it.
Someone to blame.
Well, I'm all about adding value.
Nice.
And hey, we haven't got together since you've been fully funded, Lauren, have we?
No.
Yes.
Fully funded and then some. Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah, it was a
well
bit of a
done, Lauren.
surprise. Yeah, surprise waking up on Wednesday and seeing that we actually hit the 6K stretch goal, which was awesome. Which means we've got a nice whopping $500 dues going over to Shane so we can help support you guys and everyone else in the community and getting ahead.
Well done.
Yeah. How good's that?
Yeah, so that's...
I'm getting so drunk.
Hey, that's what it takes to support the community. Then let's go.
Just joking, everyone. That was just a joke, everyone. One, I don't drink, so yeah.
But
It's
no,
good
it's
because
good.
Rosie's $100 a page, so that'll help Shane. No, that's awesome. That is so really cool of you guys, Lauren.
That is
Kayleen
awesome.
and Tanya. It's amazing. So yeah, thank you very much on behalf of Shane and ComX and Zach and everybody. It's wicked.
No, it's more of a thank you to you guys, I reckon. It's just like Brad was saying before, like that. It's funny how the community kind of brought back a little bit of spark with some people, which I think is probably the most important thing. It's hate to see like wasted talent when they're not using their skills to be able to create something to show the world and entertain them and keep them happy. And
That's awesome. Hey, there's a little bit of budgie in there. Quick,
There
I
is a
smell
little, isn't
another
there?
crossover, my friend.
is there because there's a bird called Rose something? No, I think
Rosella.
Yeah, Rosella. It could be Ring Around the Rosella.
Nice.
Might be the
Apology on the case. Who is the killer?
Is that a mask or is that your beak?
Did someone just go "Paka"? Is that what I heard? I don't know who it was, but I want to congratulate them. That was awesome.
Oh dear. All right. Well, we've just hit the Well,
Just hit the
God,
hour
what time?
mark.
It's 7 o'clock for me. We've hit the hour mark. I'm just going to say that. So is there any very last minute entries that we got, Shane, via other than our wonderful guests?
Unfortunately not. We haven't had much audience participation. Have I got the right email down there? Yes, I do. Okay, cool.
That's okay. You'll better show up next week.
It'll probably come up in my spam. Oh, actually, I'll check spam.
Check spam.
We do, unless you guys did it while I was gone, Lady Radis. We can find out a little something.
Oh,
what's this?
Who's the sexiest? Not sexiest.
Oh,
who's
yeah.
the
Who
hottest?
is the sexiest? Did we even get
I was going
that?
to wait till we did all the drawings first, but okay.
Sorry, I don't know. I was
do it.
trying to help Lauren out.
No, well, I was waiting for anybody else that maybe wanted to participate, but that's okay. We'll go straight to
Cool.
Let's
Well,
find
in that
out
case, it's
the
that
sexiest
time of the
person
night,
is.
everyone. Yes, let's find out who the sexiest person on the show is tonight. The hottest, sorry, not the sexiest, the hottest.
Bit of both.
And here we go. I've got that wrong a few times now. I've been corrected. That's why Spezzy's laughing.
this time.
Who is it? Who is it? Oh, it's Ed
Yes,
and
Joey!
Lauren and Ed.
Well, do you count the hat as well? You maybe
Let's
count it. It's top
and
three.
the bottom of the axes. That's nearly everyone covered.
There we go.
Yeah, and the feet. The only one who's not hot is me. Oh.
Oh, well done. That's so good.
Well done,
Thank you,
Alex.
Alex, for that, who did that for us before he went off to his little Chinese New Year party.
Oh,
ding.
so cool.
That's a bit early.
Not in the calendar.
Ed, did you have a little update for your piece that you maybe want to show if we haven't seen it yet for a little while?
And I will bring you up there. Ooh,
Oh, that's
nice.
cool.
Awesome.
Wow,
Axes is sick.
Wow.
Yes.
Actually, Lee, those axes could be Hibiki Gecko's
I was thinking the same.
backup to her swords.
Yeah.
I don't know how she carried them. They're awesome. I wouldn't want to take that away from Rosie now. Maybe. I think Ed's giving me ideas for
Gecko versus Rosie. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. A crossover. Hibiki versus Rosie. How'd that go down? Interesting.
With Detective Budgie caught in the middle. This thing writes itself.
Let's hope so.
Well done, Ed. Looks awesome, man.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
If you guys are down with it, when we collect the Rosie stuff into its own book, I'd love to put these drawings in the back of it for those of you that are cool with that.
Very awesome.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Oh, good.
Feels like Deadly Dave's doing the last final touches on his.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually a lot more I'd like to do. But
you've got full spec, full background.
Don't rush
Crazy.
it, Dave. That could be a variant cover. Look at
Grey
that.
wash.
Beautiful.
You need some music, Dave, to get you there.
Oh, yeah, go. We're
was
waiting
gonna
on
do-
Rob to do the music.
Oh, I'm guest mode tonight. I dare not touch my computer. It's
I
working.
was
at the
waiting
moment.
for your rap. Oh, very good.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome, Brad.
Nice.
That's really good. Awesome.
Nice work, Brad.
Thanks.
Brad, who's your favorite Transformer?
Ooh, yeah, that's a hard one actually. Ooh, if you're a real nerd like me, like I'm a big fan of the Wreckers, which is like this crack Autobot team that, basically, go to do all the missions that nobody wants to do.
That was Impactor. That was the leader of them, wasn't it? That dude Impactor with that big spear on his hand. He used to fly out. Yeah.
And,
He was, man, you know what, Brad? I can go with you here because, man, when I was a young fella, the Marvel used to have an English wing. And they used to bring out these comic books, and they used to have their artists do Transformers comics, man, and they were the most violent, crazy stuff.
Oh, they were full on. And the thing, and it was it was funny because like the artists like Jeff Senior, he was the best one. But guys like Lee Sullivan, obviously Simon Furman was the guy that did pretty much wrote the whole.
Yeah,
lot.
he did, man.
And they ended up bringing them over to the Marvel US line to finish off the run over there. And but yeah, they had characters in that UK stuff that you just it was way more violent and full on, you know, than the American stuff. But definitely that was and the good thing was, you know, it came out every week, so you didn't have to wait for a month. You know, you could have a newsagent and you know, you paid $1 and you got a new story every week, and it was great. You know, it was a really good run there for a long time. So that was what really got me into it.
They did that whole like Transformers, the animated movie had just come out, and the English just decided like, hell with it, we're going to do Transformers Part 2. You know, like the movie, they did like this massive like 10, 12 part series. It was absolute carnage, man. The sad part is you've never seen Transformers like that. Like God, it was awesome.
Yeah,
good on you, Brad. Right. That's fantastic. I love Transformers.
Maybe we can do a collab one day, mate.
Oh, mate, I'm up for anything.
Speaking of great collabs, here we go.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. Well, I'm thinking it's that time of the night when we all tell a little bit about ourselves.
This poor person is looking through the newspaper for info on what projects our artists have been working on. And this lost individual is using a map to find where she can follow our artists on social media and buy their books. How about we save them the trouble and just tell them? We call this next segment Shameless Self-Promotion.
Woo! And I'm always first, I guess. So I have deleted. No, there it is. Here's my cheat. I actually get to put my link up. As always, ComX.shop. But I'm also going to throw out another one to the creators watching and creative teams. I am currently trying to put together a horror anthology. We have got all finished products need to come through by July, so there's a bit of time. And it can be black and white or color. Just pretty much the same email as the art will get you to me. And just put a submit where the word art is in that email going across the bottom there. So submit@comx.studio and tell us about your story. 1 to 10 pages. Thank you.
So
Lauren. Thanks. Everyone's sick of hearing about me, but I keep forgetting to mention my website, which is laurenmarshallart.com, if you want to see the professional side of me. But other than that, find me on Instagram at the Martial Arts. Quick Nick, over to you.
As always, you can get my books, Detective Budgie, at detectivebudgie.com, or alternatively, you could go to the ComX shop, just like I did recently, and I picked up some work by some artists.
Got
myself
read them, loved them.
I got
read them, loved them.
These came just today, actually. Another Dave guy.
Yeah.
And I'm yet to engage with the power that is the bustle. So grab a collection, grab a set. That's what I did. That's what I suggest you do, Ed.
Thanks, Nick.
You could check me out on Ed Keasley Art on Instagram and Radical Comic Book on Facebook. And all my books are at the comic shop as well. So over to you, Nick.
You can find me on Instagram at Chernobyl. I have just finished colouring my pages for my Vamoose 3 story. So little just a little wait for that Kickstarter to come out. That's me. On to you, Dave.
Right. Okay. Last week I talked about my Anzac book. This time I'll talk about Amazing Tales #2, which is available in the comic shop. It's my first foray into colour. So it's got 4 stories in here. couple of short ones. Well, they're all short, fairly short, but one was written by Darren Cosiel, that one, but I did the illustrations for that. All the rest are written and drawn by me. Good laugh, usually. I thought they were funny. Little bit of tits and ass. I guess. And a few letters in the back about how good or bad it is. But anyway, it's only cheap. They're not very expensive. Have a look at them. They're not bad, I reckon. And I'm available. I've got a Facebook page, Amazing Tales. I've got books available on Owner Indie as well as in the comic shop. And that's it from me.
My favourite bit was tits and ass. Can I say that? Tits and bums. So, tits got through twice. Nice. We've got an M rating this week. All yours, Brad.
Yeah, I won't go over what I obviously earlier. I'm on the gram at BP Art Brisbane, same with the face. And I've got a slot coming up with ComX Presents Noir, and I think it's the end of the year, isn't it, Shane? November or December or something like that.
Towards the end, yeah.
It's called The Miner. It's very, very early embryonic stage, but classic, post-apocalyptic stuff. So that's it.
Awesome. I always say psychogenitor.com is where all my stuff is, but you can also go to comx.shop to get my books. Also, reverypublications.com.au. I write a book called Torn, and I've done 7, 8, and 9. 7 and 8 are out now, I think. 9's on the way. I've also done Torn and the Southern Squadron, which is coming out in a month or 2 months. Larrikin and Just is coming out any second, and Rick McClune number 4. You can find out all about these books at reverypublications.com.au. Ryan.
I'm on Facebook. I put up stuff there all the time, random stuff. Obviously, my next printed stuff's going to be out through ComX Presents. Next thing I've just done this week, I'll put up this Doctor Strange story. That'll be on Facebook.
Awesome.
Whenever they unban me. So, Lee.
Okay. Battle for Bustle 4 out next week, early the week after. ComX presents Noir, Ring Around the Rosie, kicks off ASAP. We've got things coming up in the near future. Marathon 2. Shane and I have got something coming up tomorrow that we should mention as well, if Shane wasn't already going to, but the cross-country ComX show starts again with Shane, myself, and Dustin Brunel, kicking off at 10 a.m. tomorrow, the transcontinental wing of the show, I guess. And we've got one of Dustin's artists, April Rena, coming on the show to talk her stuff. And we've also invited SK on because SK just messaged me like 4 days in a row, and I sort of just went, SK, you're a champion, man. Just jump on board. Let's rock and roll this thing. So that's the first show tomorrow. We've got other guests lined up, and there's also giveaways tomorrow. We've got an email address that'll be shown tomorrow. I'm going to go first off the rank, and I'm actually going to give away issue 1, 2, and 3 of Battle for Bustle to whoever gets into this email. Now, there is one thing you have to do before you get issue 1, 2, and 3. There's only one of these series going to whoever sends the email.
I've already got them, mate.
Okay?
I've already got them.
We've got this. It doesn't matter. Other people don't. But, we've got this little thing going that once a month I'm going to do an A4 drawing of whatever the theme is of that month. And that will be available for bidding or anything that, in that regard, all proceeds go to ComX as well. And basically, in the email, you just suggest what you would like to see me draw. And this month's theme, if I'm correct, Shane, is that classic period of the Uncanny X-Men when they were in the
it's Shane not the Devil's Toilet.
So, yeah, there you go. So we're off and running tomorrow, 10 a.m.
80s Outback X-Men. That's the topic.
Wicked.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yes. So, yeah, send in your suggestions and we'll let you know who's won the 3 issues of Bustle. And
Havoc. Everyone vote for Havoc.
You gotta have,
vote for Havoc. He's cool.
you gotta have Gateway, right? Surely.
Yeah, whatever the suggestions are, mate, then we'll go from there. We'll let everyone know by probably the end of the show which one I'm going to do. Following week, the drawing will be done and it'll be up and ready for everyone to see and have a look at and do with what you will. So, yeah.
Good, mate.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Nick, I'd end up trimming my beard, mate, and I don't want
All right. That's it, hey?
That's it.
Are we on an hour?
Yeah, just over.
We're beyond the hour.
Wow.
Go quick, isn't it?
We can keep going, Dave, while you wipe that ink off your face.
It's the mark of an artist.
Yeah.
Camming up.
I chopped my beard off. You're trying to draw one on. I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to close up because Dave's got to get to his OnlyFans webcam, where he covers himself in ink and rubs it off sexily.
I'm not that quick.
All right, quick.
Oh, well.
Well, been a good night.
Awesome show, everybody.
Yeah, awesome show, everyone.
Thank you so much,
Lauren, for hosting.
No problem.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks so much,
Thank
Lauren.
you.
No worries.
Thanks, everyone.
G'day, Tony. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
Good on you, Tony.
Thanks, Mark.
Looking
Hey.
forward to some
Yeah,
more.
thanks, guys.
Chiseled jawline.
Really looking forward to this one. Can't wait to get this Kickstarter rolling next week, so we can get
thanks,
this
Shane.
awesome
Thanks
story out to everyone.
Yeah, this story wouldn't have happened without Drink and Draw and without ComX and Calendar and all you guys making this community is unity thing.
Hey.
Just and on that note,
Good
night, everybody.
I think that's a cue.
Well, we drank. We drew. We talked nonsense. Now it's time to say goodbye. Don't cry, dry your eye, for there are many cool comics you can buy. ComX.shop is full of comics from a bunch of the creators you just watched. Amazing Tales by Dave Dye. The Devil's Toilet by Spedsy. ComX Presents featuring Ed Kearsley, Tony Manzi, Duncan Pranavicius, Peter Wilson, Lee Chalker, Zach George, and so much more. The list is longer than this outro. See you next Friday for more drinking and drawing. Alright Sizzle, press the button.